Hey, how you doing today? I am Taquila Coleman, best-selling author, God ordained marriage coach, and founder of godordainedmarriage.com. I wanted to jump on this live real quick and talk about, are you losing feelings for your spouse? I have mentioned in the video, previous video, that I was going to speak on losing feelings for your spouse. Hey, Destiny May, thanks for joining us. Hey, Liz, thanks for joining us. But I want to, jump on here real quick. I'm gonna go fast, okay? Because school is about to let out, and I got to get the children. Um, in around 3:15, okay? But hey, Jackie, hey, Janice. But before we get started, I want to remind everyone tonight, inside of our God Ordained Marriage Academy, we are having our masterclass on how do you heal from prodigal hurtful words. Okay, so if your prodigal has said things such as "I don't love you," "I don't like you," if they have made you feel like they are no longer attracted to you, we are going to deal with this tonight inside of our God Ordained Marriage Academy. So to sign up, make sure you just head over to godordainedmarriages.com/academy. There it is right there, /academy, and join. Okay, we're starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight. I'm going to bring a lot of insight and revelation to tonight's masterclass. Okay. Um, Greetings, everyone. Thank you all for joining. Listen, if this is your first time catching me live, welcome. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And also, everyone, make sure we are liking the live video and sharing this video out. If you know another God ordained spouse or a standard who is standing for marriage restoration, but they have mentioned to you, they are starting to lose feelings for their spouse, share this video with them, okay? Because they need to understand why this is happening. So here's the thing. The Lord been giving me a lot of revelation. I was up to 2 o'clock in the morning last night, just in awe. When God started giving you revelation, it gives you energy, and it causes you not to want to go to sleep. And that's what was happening to me last night, because I began to tell the Lord, I was just talking to him, and I was like, God, I don't feel the bitterness. I don't feel the resentment. I'm not mad and upset like how I used to be, And I was just talking, and I was like, my heart literally feel clean. It feel light. That's how I was describing it, And as I was saying these things, God began to reveal to me, um, God answered my prayer, because I've been fasting regarding my heart towards my spouse ever since February. And he was revealing to me, and yes, I have answered your prayer. Um, Scriptures say in Psalms 51, verse 10, create in me a clean heart, put a new spirit within me. And so God was giving me revelation on what he was doing, in the heart. And so when we talk about, are you losing feelings for your spouse, because we're dealing with prodigals here, right? And I need you all to understand this. We're dealing with prodigals, right? And prodigals can say hurtful things, right? And I don't believe prodigals understand this, and you may not even understand this, but when prodigals are saying hurtful things such as "I don't like you," "I'm no longer in love with you," or "I fell out of love with you," or if they are breaking you down, being critical of you, understand what is taking place, okay? Because what is going on is, here it is right here. Proverbs chapter 18, verse 21. It say, death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. Now, we're going to go deep into this later on in the masterclass, but when you are up under criticism from your prodigal, when you are hearing these things coming out of your prodigal's mouth, your prodigal is now speaking death over you, okay? That death is killing in you the attraction you used to have for them. The death, the word curses, when your prodigal say things like, "I don't like you, I'm no longer in love with you," you know, in that moment, because they speak in words of death, right? So it's killing the intimacy, it's killing your attraction, it's killing the respect you once had for your prodigal. And after a while, you might just wake up and be like, I'm just numb. You might feel numb. You might feel like your feelings for your prodigal has changed. And this is why, because of the words, okay, that was coming out of your prodigal spouse's mouth, whenever we speak words that are deaf, we're partnering with the kingdom of darkness. And so like I said, I don't think prodigals understand this. So this is why the Bible put a lot of emphasis on our words. And going back to the scripture in Proverbs chapter 18, verse 21, it says, death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit. So what is the fruit? When your prodigal is saying hurtful things to you, the fruit you begin to see manifest in your life is your feelings you once had for your prodigal begin to change, right? For them, right? For the worse. The fruit can now become bitterness is now setting in. Like I was saying, for some of you, you might even go numb. You might start feeling numb, okay? This is the fruit, right? And it worked both ways. If you use your words to speak life into an individual, you're going to see them flourishing. You're going to see that they are now encouraged, right? They are now, motivated. You're going to see the fruit of your words, okay? And so when we talk about, are you losing feelings for your spouse, what's going on is, because you've been sitting up under your spouse's attack, their word curses, this the very reason why you are losing these feelings, for your spouse. Okay. Now, other things is going on as well. Let's break this down. Okay. Um, so when you get to a place where you find that you are losing feelings for your spouse, okay, number one, go ahead and just let go. Okay, this is God gave me the revelation the other night. He was like, this is why I put y'all in a divine separation, because He doesn't want us coming up under word curses coming out of prodigal's mouth, right? He doesn't want us, He doesn't want us listening to the death that's coming out of your prodigal's mouth, the negative word, the criticism, because of what it can do in you, the God ordained spouse. So this is why He places us in that divine separation, so that we're not up under, okay, the enemy's attack. Okay. But you want to begin to let your spouse go. Okay. Get back into divine separation, because in the divine separation is where He got to separate you from the enemy. You now have to begin to grow stronger. You got to now begin to, allow God to come in and affirm you all over again, build you back up. Okay. But as long as you are up under your prodigal and they saying all these hurtful things to you, it's slowly breaking you down. It's slowly killing the attraction you once had for your spouse. You're slowly losing respect for your spouse. Okay. I hope you all are understanding this. The second reason why you can start losing feelings for your spouse without realizing it is because maybe your mind is starting to accept the truth. See, and let me know if y'all resonate with this. When God revealed who your spouse, was to you in the beginning, you fell for them, right? Only for you to later find out that this is a prodigal you're dealing with, only for you to see a whole different side of your prodigal, right? And so, and I'm gonna just say it the way how I got the revelation, because I did a video a couple of weeks ago, and I was talking about grieving, right? I forgot what I titled the video, but I was talking about, doing divine separation. That's the time to heal. You might find yourself going through that grieving stage, right? One of the things that God gave me the revelation on a couple of days ago, he was letting me know that He's moving me into healing, and I have now arrived to the fact that the version of my spouse, okay, that I fell for was a representative, right? It was a representative, he put on, and it was a representative that I like, but my mind was having a hard time accepting who He's showing me to be today. And so my mind will reject that, because my mind kept holding on to the representative, right? the version that I wanted, I wanted him to continue being, but that wasn't really him. That was his representative. Okay. And so, like I said, God was giving me revelation about this the other day. And he was letting me know that I finally arrived to a level of healing because I have now accepted, like, this is the true person. The this is the true person I see today in my prodigal. That don't mean it's going to stay this way, but this is who he really is. This was in the heart, and I fell for a representative, and so just know your feelings for your spouse can go away as the mind began to accept the truth about your prodigal. Okay. Like I was saying, you may have failed for a representative. You may have failed for a version of your spouse that they can't keep up. And now you see this other side of your spouse that you don't like. And you like, oh no, now your feelings for them is going away. Whereas it's just really because, like how I said, you fell for that representative, that side, when that wasn't really true. They just put that on. Okay. The third reason why these feelings for your spouse can begin to slowly disappear, it goes back to what I was saying in Proverbs 18, verse 21. The hurtful words can kill, okay, the attraction on the inside of you. It can kill the trust. It could kill the bond. It could kill the connection. It could destroy the friendship. Hurtful words over time, as you hear them, it will break you down and it will cause you to feel unsafe. It will cause, the believing spouse to now have a guard up and not really want to, draw closer to the prodigal just because of their word. That's how powerful words are. Okay. And so I'm just going to go to the left right quick, because when I got this revelation the other day, as I was preparing this, I was like, wow, it just convicted me, because I was like, I got to be very careful of my words, because if words are this powerful to where it can destroy intimacy between my spouse and I, if words are this powerful to where it could cause me to move in the opposite direction of my spouse, I have to be intentional on my words. I can't just be saying whatever I want to say out of my mouth, because I could be cutting people. You see what I'm saying? I could be hurting people when God called me to heal people with my words. Okay. But understand, another reason why you can be losing feelings for your spouse is because of the words that they have been saying and speaking over your life. These hurtful words, just tearing you down to criticism. After a while, it just, like I said, it's going to destroy that intimacy between you and your spouse, to where you're going to be going to God asking God, do you have another one? You know, so understand that. Um, the fourth reason why you could begin losing feelings for your spouse, I said it earlier, you could be going numb. When you get to the point of when you get to the point of when you now feel like you are now going numb, that means you are not dealing with the hurt and pain in your heart. This is how bitterness set in. This is how you get a bitter heart, because you're not dealing with it. You're not healing from the hurt and pain. And so bitterness, when it takes its root, because what comes with bitterness is resentment, disappointment, anger, rage, misery. You be miserable, right? You got all of these different demons, these spirits that are linking up with bitterness, and they just sitting in your heart. You got unforgiveness, it's just sitting in your heart. And after a while, if you don't deal with it, you're going to go numb. Okay? So we got to begin to deal with the heart. And this is what we're going to do during our God ordained marriage fast. If you haven't already signed up, I need everyone to make sure you sign up to our God ordained marriage fast, because God has given me some revelation. Okay. He has given me some revelation on how these marriages are going to spring back up. It's not going to take as long as you think. Okay. It's certain things we must do. He's waiting on us to get certain revelation regarding fasting. So make sure you all sign up. Let me see. There's the link. Make sure you sign up at godordainedmarriages.com/fast, okay? Because I'm going to share the revelation. I'm going to break this down. We don't even have to overthink this process, okay? Just follow the instructions. That's all we got to do, okay, during the fast. But if your heart is going numb, it's because of what you're not dealing with. It's because of what you allowing to stay in the heart. So when you begin to allow God to clean out that heart, when you allow God to purge, the hurt and pain out of the heart, it's going to open back up again, okay? And you're going to feel 20 times better, okay? Um, yeah. And so let's talk about this because I want you all to understand the difference. So when how do you know when your feelings for your spouse is going away? Because sometimes God takes the feelings away. How do you know if this is God taking your feelings away for your spouse, or if this is just straight bitterness that's in your heart that now has caused your heart to go numb? We got to know the difference, okay, so that you know exactly what your next strategy need to be, okay? So, so here's the thing. You know when bitterness is in the heart. You know when you're dealing with a root of bitterness, okay? If your feelings for your spouse is going away, and you might be asking yourself why, or you might be asking God, I don't understand this. I no longer have these feelings for my spouse. Here's how you know if bitterness, if the root cause is bitterness, okay? Because you're going to all love and desire for your spouse is just going to go away. The love, the desire, it's just going to go away. Okay. It's not going to be present. You're going to feel weighed down. You're going to feel oppressed. That oppression spirit is going to manifest in your life. Okay. Um, you're still holding a grudge. The enemy is still bringing up, even though you feel numb, you still is being attacked with these mental torments of the past. So your mind is constantly think about how your prodigal hurt you in the past. This is how you know this is bitterness. This is not God taking your feelings away. This is bitterness. That's in the heart, and God wants you to deal with it. Okay. You're frustrated. You still got that anger. It's still manifesting itself. Resentment. You might be feeling some resentment towards your spouse or the counterfeit or whoever. This is how you know this is coming from a bitter heart. Okay. um it could be disappointment. You just be disappointed about how things turned out. Again, that's bitterness. Disappointment link up with the spirit of bitterness. And I think I said this, you could be holding a grudge. Okay, so if you have any of these, signs, symptoms manifesting in your heart, you're dealing with a bitter heart. Okay, and the remedy for this is for you to take this heart to God in fasting. We're gonna talk about this. I'm gonna go real deep. I'm trying not to give all my information away today, but we're gonna talk about this during our fast on day 3. But we gotta deal with this in fasting, okay? Because scriptures say this kind, okay, only comes out through prayer and fasting. This kind speaks to bitterness. This kind speaks to oppression. This kind speaks to anger and resentment, holding a grudge, unforgiveness. You got to deal with this stuff in prayer and fasting, okay? If you want your heart to turn back to your spouse, you got to take this kind to God in prayer and fasting and begin to deal with it. And again, we're going to deal with this on day 3 of our God ordained marriage fast. But here's how you know that God, here's how you know when your feelings for your spouse begin to change and go away. He over here running some water. I'm like, you drowning me out. Here's how you know when your feelings for your spouse begin to change for the better, and you know it's God. Okay. Um, so look for these signs. So you will feel your heart will feel light. Remember, I was saying last night I stayed up to 2 o'clock in the morning and I was talking to God, and I was like, I just feel different. I feel better. I was just talking to God. I'm like, I feel better. I feel light. I was like, I feel clean. You know how if you go on a like a detox, like a 7-day detox or a 7-day cleanse, right? How your body can feel clean, right? That's how my body was feeling last night. I was like, God, I just feel clean. I was like, I feel light. I don't feel that heaviness over me. And that is because God has cleansed out that hurt and pain from out of my heart. And so, like I said, your heart will feel light, no resentment, no anger is present. Okay. Your heart moves to a content heart. So your heart would be at content with the situation. You want all that anxiety that goes away when God began to deal with your heart. When God steps in to give you a new heart, when God steps in to give you a clean heart, he cleans your heart, he purifies what's in the heart. He moves your heart into now is content. It's not in a hurry. It's not in a rush. It's not worry. It's not anxious. None of that. He moves you into a level of contentment, okay, in this process. Another way how you know this is God, cleaning out the heart, which will remove some of these feelings you once had for your spouse, is that now God began to give you new feelings for your spouse. And these new feelings, I'm speaking from experience here, these new feelings are now coming from what God is revealing to you. So if God speaks to you through dream, he will begin to show you in your dreams what is to come in the future. And based upon these dreams, what he's revealing to you, it's going to get you excited. It's going to have you looking forward to the future. Okay. So it brings about new feelings. Okay. Like a new expectation, a new hope. Okay. Yes, Brandon. He said peace is one of them. That's another one. Um, the desire is still there. See, when you're dealing with a bitter heart, bitterness removes all desires for your spouse. Bitterness causes you to lose our respect. Bitterness will move you into losing attraction for your spouse. But when God has stepped in and he purified your heart, when he do exactly what his words say, when it say uh he will create in you a clean heart, renew a right spirit, that desire is renewed for your spouse. But it's not a desire, it's not a lustful desire, it's not a longing desire. It's just you still had that desire, to have what God has for you. You see what I'm saying? So understand, and then too, when God cleans and purifies the heart, you're not being tormented by memories of the past. One of the revelation I got about fasting, I'm gonna share it here. One of the revelation I got, you know how after you experience rejection, after you experience betrayal from whoever, it could be parents, it could be family members, it could be a best friend. But after you experience these things, you're constantly thinking about what happened. You're constantly thinking about the betrayal or the rejection. And you constantly asking yourself questions like, well, how could they? Or why this? Why that? How could I have been blind, right? You'll be tormented with all this stuff. When God steps in, purify your heart, when he cleans your heart, you would never forget, okay, what happened. But when you think about what happened, the pain, God, fasting takes away the pain. Fasting takes away the sting. When you've been rejected, it just hurts your heart. Um, if you've been betrayed, it can feel like, somebody stabbed you in the chest or whatever. Fasting take all of that out, that pain, the pain you felt. This is what fasting does. It removes that pain. And like I said, you may still remember what happened, but you're not being tormented by it. When you remember the past, the hurt and pain isn't present because God has come in and removed that, out of your heart. And for some of us, you may not remember what happened. There's things like there's things that happened to me in the past. I don't remember anymore because God removed the memory of it. Okay. So just know, okay, know the difference, okay, but know the difference of when this is God doing or you're dealing with a bitter heart, okay? Because that is important for you to really know and understand when we talk about losing your feelings for your spouse, okay? Some of us are just dealing with bitterness in the heart, and you wondering, you praying to God, you wondering, when God are you going to heal me of this? When you going to, you know, um, bring a level of healing to what happened to you in the past? He's waiting on you to deal with this in fasting. Because like how I said, scripture say this kind, it only comes out through prayer and fasting. Well, this kind is speaking to infirmities. This kind is speaking to a broken heart. This kind is speaking to suffering, okay? That oppression, things of that nature. All right. So a lot of this stuff we got to just deal with it in fasting and prayer. All right. So with that, let me make sure. Um, I think that's it. Yeah, that is it. Just understand and know. Be hopeful because as the feelings are as God is removing the old feelings, He's going to give you new feelings. He's going to give you new thoughts. Okay, and it's going to come in however way God speaks to you. So if you're a dreamer, He's going to give you dreams of the future. Okay, if you have visions, He's going to give you visions of the future. If you can hear, then He's going to be telling you things. Okay, so just know God will replace those thoughts of the past, the feelings of the past. Okay, right. Now, I never that's a good example. Whitney said it makes sense why David wouldn't eat after his child died and then was just okay. Yes. I never looked at that scripture like that. But yeah, fasting is a game changer. I am learning so much about fasting. Okay. This year I started in February, fasting every month, and I'm getting so much revelation regarding fasting. It's a game changer. Okay. It's a game changer. Okay, JC said, I know my heart is bitter. Yeah, it feels pure. Pruning the weeds from the heart that are choking it. Yes. Okay. And I'm going to break this all the way down on day 3. I'm trying to save it and not give it all away because God gave me revelation. When you fast, after the fast, your insight and understanding just go to a whole nother level. Um, but He gave me so much revelation because I'm always asking God, like, how did you do that? How did you remove that hurt and pain? How did this? How you do this? How you do that? And He gave me so much revelation last night that I'm going to share with you all on day 3 of the fast. You will. She said, I told God that I would love to see my spouse again someday. You will. That someday is going to come sooner than you think. I need y'all to understand it's going to happen sooner than you think. Okay. He said, I think the reason why we go through so much is a test to see if you can endure outside of the marriage. God knows you can endure after marriage. Yeah, we're going through so much, because it's an enemy in this world, that's really, um, planting not so good things, and God will allow us to go through these things to develop us, to teach us the things we do not know. Just like how I said when I started fasting this year in February, it took for me to fast February, March, April, and I did some fast this month as well to start getting these revelation of the power of fasting. You know, we can restore our whole entire life if we just deal with it in fasting. Oh, great. She said, some of the hurt I felt went away with the March fast, and I do feel better and still love him, but my heart is still heavy with certain things still. I'm excited for. So let me tell you this. Let me tell you this. I'm gonna go ahead and give you a little snippet of what I'm gonna share with y'all on day 3 of the fast. So y'all see how she said some of the hurt she felt went away with the March fast. Okay. Now, for some people, God will give you a sudden restoration, a sudden healing will hit you, right? But others, it's gonna come, like bits and pieces, So in March, you got some of the hurt went away. And then you said, I do feel better. You still love him. Then you said, but my heart is still heavy with certain things still. Let me tell you something. As you continue to fast, as you continue to stand on Psalm 51, verse 10, Because when it say creating me a clean heart, the heart is dealing with your soul, but the heart is also dealing with your thinking, it's dealing with your understanding, right? And so you said my heart is still heavy with certain things still. That the heaviness is there because God hasn't given you understanding or even new thoughts concerning whatever happened and took place between you and your prodigal in that particular situation. So when God steps in, this is how healing comes about. When God steps in and gives you a new revelation, when he gives you a new understanding, he changed your perspective, healing is going to spring up suddenly for you. Can you go over how to get in on the fast? I signed up with next. Yeah, so the fast is starting next week. I believe the dates are, so you're gonna sign up. Make sure you check your email. If you need to confirm your email, go ahead and confirm it so that you can get when you confirm your email, I'm gonna send you a email. I need everyone to check that first email you received and download the PDF that's in that email. After you download the PDF, I need you to fill it out and have it ready for our fast. Okay, the fast is on the 24th, 25th, and 26th. Download that PDF, fill it out, because I need y'all ready. Okay, I need y'all ready. When I say it's time to pray, it's time to repent, it's time to do this, break the curse, I need y'all to know specifically what curses you're going to be breaking, that applies to your life and your spouse's life. Okay. But and that's really it. So you just enter your email, sign up, download that PDF, and then wait for the day of the fast. Oh, thank you. 323. Yep, that's another thing. Yes, Renee said fasting brings to the surface the things that are suppressed. It will bring a lot of the anger. If you suppress that anger, it'll bring it right on up. If you're irritated, frustrated one particular day while you fasting, that's just God bringing it up. Hmm. There might be a future dream. There might be a future dream that what is to come in the future. Hmm. Yep, Matthew chapter 7. He's building your house on the rock. Hmm. The fast, it doesn't cost. You just sign up. That's what we're talking about, Royal Queen. We're talking about the heart healing. Okay, just join the fast. I'm gonna give y'all all the revelation during the fast. The 3 days, y'all life is gonna change. Okay, the revelation God has given me. Oh my God, I could just run. The revelation God has given me, and I'm gonna share with you all during all 3 days of the fast. Just join the fast. Do exactly as I say in the fast. We don't gotta overthink this. Okay, just follow the instructions. That's it. The link is right there. Y'all see that? That little banner going across the video? Mhm. I'm I'm laughing because when we in it, we don't really understand what's going on. Sincere said, "I'm fasting for my wife now, and I'm so angry." Yeah, God bringing up that anger. He's bringing up that anger. Okay, because it was just sitting, dormant in your heart. So He's bringing it up. He's moving you into a level of healing. And let me just say this before I get off because I got to go get the kids. For my God ordained future husband, for my you know, all the men. Okay, that's tuning in because y'all like to be quiet. Listen, I'm gonna need y'all to deal with this stuff in fasting. Okay, don't sit there and just bottle up your emotions. Don't allow what you've been going through in this marriage, or if you're not married, if you're a God ordained spouse and you stand it. Don't allow that anger to sit there. Don't allow that resentment to stay inside of you. If you're disappointed, if you feeling rejected, whatever, I'm gonna need y'all to get to this fast, sign up, and deal with what's in the heart. Because if you don't deal with it now, it's going to manifest at a later date in your marriage. And you're gonna find yourself back standing again. So let's deal with the stuff that's in the heart. Okay. You wondering, how do I get over this anger? How do I, because a lot of our guys, y'all be holding on to a lot of stuff. And you wonder why you can't sleep at night. It's time to deal with this stuff and fast and let God purify your heart. Okay. So make sure you all are going to godordainedmarriages.com/fast. It's right here at the bottom. Okay. Okay. I know, sincere. Just ask God to give you patience. Ask God to grace you for your wife. He will do it. Okay. Um, okay, last question. Should I continue to fast even if the person God said is my spouse married a counterfeit? Yes, but you're not fasting regarding the man who married a counterfeit. Because let me tell you this, so y'all know, who if any of you listening, if your spouse married a counterfeit, on day 2 of our God ordained marriage fast, do not follow those instructions, okay? Or you will be in disobedience to the Lord and bring a curse all upon your life. Don't follow that, okay? Because day 2 is specifically for God ordained spouses who prodigal isn't married, or day 2 is for standards who currently married, who's standing for their prodigal husband or wife. Now, you, Samantha, you still want to fast because you're fasting now to restore your life. You're fasting now to destroy the works of the enemy, the enemy erecting altars over your life. Okay. You're fasting so God can, accelerate you into your purpose. That you want to tweak your fast, and you can also be fasting, as God, okay, purge the hurt and pain out of my heart, God. Okay. But don't fast. Don't do day 2. Um, the instructions I'm gonna give, because no, he's married, so he's in a whole covenant with this counterfeit, and let God deal with him, okay, because of that covenant. So with that, I gotta go. I will talk to you all real soon. Make sure tonight, again, we have in our God Ordained Marriage Academy tonight, on how do you heal from prodigal hurtful words. We're gonna go deep, okay, in this. So if you haven't already signed up, head over to godordainedmarriages.com/academy. All right. And with that, everyone enjoy the rest of your day. I'll talk to you all real soon. Take care.